let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer.
Okay, it's Andy, Ask Andy show. I've been traveling nonstop for 16 plus years. I went to 95 countries. I may have been to more countries by the time you see this. Paul V wrote, very interesting video about food. Matt gave me, I've been doing the $5 challenge to prove that I'm going to call it the $5 food challenge. Every day I've been doing this for the last week or so, and to prove that I can eat on $5 a day. People think that they're not eating enough, that I'm somehow not having enough nutrient or something. Very interesting video about food, Paul says. I think most Americans just eat too much, me included. The Americans think that they have to sit down and eat off a plate which is full. I was in Sarajevo in 1993 and my appendix ruptured. I think it was from drinking too much Turkish coffee. I passed out and my friends took me to the hospital. I then woke up in the hospital and they had taken out my appendix. I stayed there for 4 days and the hospital was $18. A couple days later I climbed a mountain in southern Poland. Okay, I wrote him an email after this, replying to the fat question. I find that people think that we must eat until we're satiated, until we're just overly full, instead of just content. And I think this is the thing. Hello, Paul. I told him this is a great story. It's very hard for me to explain that people eat too much, being that 90% are progressively going to get fatter each year until they die. And that's what when you're age 20 you can do anything. At age 30 you start looking at it going, hey, what's this? But your wife doesn't divorce you. At age 40 you get divorced because you're too fat. Your wife really thinks you're ugly. And at age 60 you give up, right? Age 50, 60 you give up and just wait for dying. And so all along these ways we get these juicy rationalizations why it's okay to get fat. And it's really each day, every day, one day at a time, we're taking bites that we don't need, bites of food we don't need. They do not want to hear the truth and can defend their lack of self-awareness, send me hate mail, etc. People actually send me hate mail because I say that some people are fat. Look in the mirror. I eat enough to stay the same weight, and everyone around me wants me to eat more. And of course, I like to eat, so I do, but left to my own ways, I can normally eat right. I'm prone to temptation, there's no doubt. I will eat more if there's too much food around me. I just spent 3 weeks with my mother, who wants me to eat 2 times the food needed. It's considered love, and it is, when somebody wants you to eat food, and my mother wants me to eat, and she does love me, and she does indeed try to give me love by feeding me good food, and I enjoy it, and I'm happy, and I'm content. But it's still my responsibility to maintain my weight, and nobody else. It's not the sugar industry, it's not the alcohol you drink, it's none of these people's fault. The only person that the buck stops with is me. And I think that people need to understand that no matter what you do, exercise doesn't keep you from getting fat. Unless you run 5 miles a day, then yeah, it'll monitor itself. But for the average person, I worked out for 16 years in the United States every day of the week, and I still had problems with weight because my body naturally wants to put on more weight. And maybe it wants to make me fat to prove I'm rich enough to have a wife. I don't know. But the point is, we have to make these decisions to do it. And you have to somewhere have the introspection to stay thin. You have to get an idea of how many calories makes you lose weight and how many calories makes you gain weight. And the best thing you can do is get on scales every day, look at it, and see what's going on, and then just keep getting the feedback every day. It's your metric that will tell you. So get on the scales every day. Me, I refuse to buy pants that are bigger than size 34. I already went from 32 to 34, guys. and I'm not going to buy bigger waist pants and until they hurt, right? My pants hurt and they make me want to lose weight. Then then I could go to elastic pants, right, that make it so I can just keep getting bigger. And these are the excuses that we accept, and there's a day when you got to wake up and say you don't like the man in the mirror, but you should wake up every day and say you love the man in the mirror and be the hero of your life. But I don't know how to stop people from eating. I do know that I gave up sugar about May 18th or something like that, and coffee. And coffee would make me jittery, then I want to eat to make my stomach feel better. And then the sugar, strangely, I'm not sitting around after not eating high concentration of sugar like a cookie or ice cream or something. I don't crave food at night. And giving up sugar is a real great way to give up that constant need for food, because sugar really does set up a cycle where you eat food more. Well, it's not what I eat today, it's what I eat for the rest of my life.